Yo, what's going on guys, it's Dane here, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys an absolutely goated high round strategy here on the tomb in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Before I get into this, I just wanted to quickly preface by saying obviously the map just came out yesterday and there's going to be a lot of different strategies that are found, so this is just take it with a grain of salt. There obviously will be better strategies found. This is just what I've discovered and what other people have discovered in the last day since the game came out. We also just got news that there will be a double XP, double weapon XP, double gobblegum rate starting tomorrow, Thursday, January 30th. So it's important that you guys understand how to do this strategy and start practicing it for double XP. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing you guys are going to need to do is get the ice staff. So if you guys don't know how to do that, I'll link down below in the description a tutorial video. But it's really easy. You basically just find some symbols and you shoot them, and then you basically just get some kills in a certain order and you get a couple different parts. Put them in the Nexus, get the ice staff. Then you're going to want to upgrade the ice staff, and you're going to want to do this as early as possible. The orb step is really difficult to do in later rounds because I don't know if I just was doing it wrong or if other people on the internet have said the wrong thing, but as far as I can tell, it isn't necessarily a soul filling strat. It doesn't seem to be a soul filling step rather than follow the orb step. In my game where I was first practicing this, when I didn't stick directly on the orb and I was killing the doppelgas or amalgams, I actually failed the step like 4 times. But then when I stuck with the orb and just kind of killed things as I went, I got the upgrades. So honestly, guys, I think I would recommend having a mutant injection ready for amalgams and doppelgas, and then stick on the orb, and then you will get it every single time. If you don't have a mutant injection, make sure you have at least a tier 2 pack-a-punch, blue or purple, because again, amalgams and shock mimics are very annoying on this map. Now, the next thing you're going to want to get is golden armor. You're going to want to get the golden armor as early as possible. There are 2 statue heads that you can get in the dark ether and in the dark ether nexus part of the map. And then you go back to spawn, and there are 2 statues in spawn. You put the heads on them, and then you can start a blood ritual. Now, I will preface by saying if you do not have a mutant injection, if you're doing this too early where you don't have any score streaks, you need to, I say do it as early as possible, but you need to make sure you have good perks and at least a tier 3 pack-a-punch gun. There are a lot of different ways to get free free pack-a-punch and a lot of points, but basically what this step is it's going to spawn 3 different boss zombies. Well, they're the same boss zombie. They're like shock mimics that are like just different type. They're like the weird type of shock mimics that are like bosses. You're only on, for this step, you're on 1 HP, but you have your armor. So the idea is that you need to kill the bosses without dying, otherwise you have to do it again the next round. And you do this with both statues. Like I said, I would recommend having a mutant injection for each step. Don't worry, you can step out at any time and then just go get a new mutant injection or wait a couple rounds. Like I said, I would highly recommend mutant injection or chopper gunner, or just a tier 3 pack gun with like max, like you want like max armor. You want to make sure you don't take this lightly. This is probably the hardest side Easter egg I think we've maybe ever had in zombies. I don't know, maybe that's kind of a crazy thing for me to say, but you want to try to get it as early as possible. If you don't know what golden armor is, it makes it so that you don't have to actually apply your armor plates. It will just regenerate over time, which is very important for later in the strategy, but it isn't actually needed, as when you get kills with the ice staff, which I'll show gameplay later, you get tons of drops. There's no limit on how much drops you get, and there's always a lot of armor plates you can pick up. It's just a bit of a nuisance, and although it is the hardest side Easter egg ever, with mutant injections, it's pretty easy. Now, the high round camping or training area is going to be the room where you can find stamina. Very important is do not open the door that's right to the right of the crafting table. The reason why this room is so good is because the spawns are really good. It's a high horde per second, whatever, HHR, whatever it's called. On top of that, it's a nicely sized room that isn't like huge, but it's also not super small. And so basically the idea of what you're going to want to do is shoot the ice staff at the ground and kind of just move around so you don't get pulled by amalgams or shock mimics. And when you do get pulled by a shock mimic, more often than not it's those rather than amalgams, but when you get pulled, don't even try to charge the ice staff up and shoot it at the ground, because you will go down or waste your dying wishes. Just pop a mutant injection. In the early rounds, obviously when there isn't a lot of salvage, this will be tougher, but there is so many drops from the ice staff, like there's no nerf to drops at all. You get tons of salvage, you get mutant injections, you get chopper gunners, like there's no limit. So later on in the, like around 60, 70, 80, like you have no problem just buying a mutant injection. So don't be afraid to use them. You want to be using the ice staff 24/7, and you want to make sure you have the Vulture Raid augment that actually gives ammo for wonder weapons. What this will do is give you unlimited ammo. So when you shoot the ground and you get kills, if you don't know, there's an augment with Vulture Raid that actually allows ammo packs to drop, you can pick them up for your ice staff. And if you don't have that augment, or for some reason it isn't working the way that I'm explaining, there are ammo crates in this area as well that you can purchase ammo for your ice staff. A max ammo purchase is 10,000 essence, which again, at the beginning of your high round strat, like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, that is a lot of essence that you probably won't have too much of. But after that, you're not spending money on anything else, so you're going to be able to buy ammo as much as you want if you don't already just have max ammo, unlimited ammo from this augment. Now, just a couple of little side notes for this strategy is something I noticed on some of the other high rounders. Again, I'm in university, so I don't have as much time to grind these things out, so I do allow other people to kind of figure things out. I was watching gameplay, and it looked like combat axes actually are a really good lethal to have for shock mimics. I didn't see how good they are on amalgams, but I think it's a good idea to use them for those as well. So you want to shoot your ice staff, and as the shock mimics are running at you, try to throw your combat axes. And again, you want to have there's an augment for Vulture that allows you to actually get your tacticals and lethals from drops. Make sure to have that on as well, so you can essentially have unlimited combat axes without spending any salvage on them. Speaking of the high rounders that I was watching gameplay of, it seems to be that energy, the field mine that field upgrade people are using is energy mine, which I believe works well on shock mimics and amalgams as well as the zombies. I'm not sure if this is better than the ether shroud. Again, we're still in, as you could kind of say, like beta when it comes to like, okay, what is the high round strat? What do we do? I still think ether shroud is better, but it does make your game last longer if you have the melee augment on, so maybe take that off so that you're just in ether shroud for a few seconds when you're about to die. Overall, this strategy is super easy when you have golden armor, because then you don't have to worry about applying armor plates. But again, you don't really, like, it's not like needed, you don't need to have golden armor. But overall, this is a really simple strategy that can get all of you guys to master prestige. You can get your first round 100 easily. This will definitely be one of the easier maps of Black Ops 6, and I think that's needed. I think it's fun. I'm really glad the ice staff is back. I also forgot to mention this earlier, but the ice staff is actually also found in the box. You don't have to build it. You can get it from the box. I'd recommend building it, as it really isn't that hard to get the parts, and getting it from the box is pretty stupid. So again, the augments that are needed for this run, I'm just going to go over them. The Vulture ammo augment is needed. Now for Jug, most high round strategies for other maps, Jug has been the reactive armor. But because the ice staff already slows down so many zombies, you're not getting hit as much. I actually think this might be the first map I use the 300 HP augment that allows your Jug to give you an extra 50 hit points. That's just me personally, because I'm not sure how effective reactive armor will be with the ice staff. But I guess it'll take a few more tests to get that together. My overall opinion on this map is that it is very visually beautiful, and on top of that, this map has fixed a problem that I've had with Black Ops 6, which I love doing high rounds, going for round 100s, round 100 speed runs, you know, round 50 speed runs, and there just hasn't been a map in the game with a fun wonder weapon that makes it easy to go for high rounds. This is our first one with the ice staff, and I have to say, I'm really excited, and I've only played it a few times, and man, it's a lot of fun. This map is a whole hell of a lot of fun. Of course, it is a relatively easy map, but if you're not focused, you will down, so you got to make sure you're focused, got to make sure you're locked in. But I mean, this is a really fun map, and visually, the Dark Ether is one of the most visually appealing, I think is how you'd say, like, it's one of the most beautiful rooms I think we've ever had in all of Zombies, and that's a lot of saying something, because we've had a lot of crazy good looking maps, but the Dark Ether portion of this map looks so good. I also love how they brought the teleportation things back, like from Shadows of Evil. Of course, these ones you can't just run into, you have to actually click something, which honestly I don't really care too much about, but I can see why they would have added that. Overall, let me know down below in the comments what is your highest round on this map, and how do you guys enjoy this map? Are you guys happy about it? Are you guys sad about it? Like, do you wish that there was more originality or with the wonder weapon and stuff? Well, let me know down below what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. Please be sure to subscribe, as I'm trying to hit 3.5K. Thank you guys all so much. See you in the next video.